This is Inside Out.
Yeah.
Salam,
Yes.
Government okuteeka gavumenti z'ebweru okuteeka envumbo ku bakungu ba wano obutatambula tebafuna kino na kino mwe abasiiba ebweru kigasa ki era lwakiri bwe kityo
Kakati bw'oba oli mutuuze wa ku duniya kuno nga oli global citizen eriyo eneeyisa gy'olina okweyisa n'enkola gy'olina okukola nga global citizen nga okukola ebyo ebitwala gwe mu maaso n'ebitwala ensi mu maaso si by'oyagala ebikunyumira. They are rights and obligations.
So kikosa kitya Uganda ogamba nti baganji gundi okutambula
kakati bannayuganda naddala abakolera gavumenti n'abakolera eggwanga beewaga bulijjo manyi sente zaffe ezisinga baziterese eyo wabweru buli ze babba wano baziterese wabweru era buli woogenda bajja kulaga nti gundi yagula ennyumba eno ate ebyo byonna mu gavumenti ziri ezeesobola balina record
nti bino bya
gundi ono muyanga by'eggwanga sente zaabwe ez'abannansi aziterese eno. Bw'ojja ogenda e Colorado bajja bikulaga, bw'ona agenda e Chicago bajja bikulaga, bw'ona agenda e Washington bajja bikulaga. Mboozi ya bulijjo. It is no more talk. Ojja agenda e Europe bajja kulaga. So bamanyi ebikolebwa wano tebyetaaga kuloopebwa
babimanyi egamba mubalimba mwabali wano bwe mutuuka eri mutokutunda ensi yammwe mujoogerako bibi byereere.
I will give you a report. I will give you a report talking about siise nayo naye nja gikuweereza ne ku WhatsApp, a report that gives names of who owns what where. Common place. Nange byenjogera mbyogera nga nina bwino ali internationally certified.
Omaze wano kumpi mwezi mulamba toliwo oli bweru wagenda bulungi okomyewo mirembe. So tukotya n'ogamba abaleri nti Uganda sinsi nnungi nti Uganda is bleeding wagenda mirembe okomyewo mirembe.
I don't need to. I'll tell you a story. Nagenda e Boston nga bwe bagiyita. Nina emikwano gyange bamagandazi ba Joseph Magandazi bani very many the Ugandan community there. So that is like 15 years ago. So group ya FDC e Boston nengamba nti twagala kukyalira Senator Kelly to talk about what is happening with our country. Era netumulaba namala nangamba nti naye twandirabyeko some influential legal brains here. Naye nga bwondaba omuntu bwandaba era nga gwe bwondaba amanyidde ba politicians abekiwagu abaikola batya. So nentuuka mu office, I was introduced because I want to be really a common person. And the person said, what did you say your name is? I said Salaamu Musumba. Not Musumba because there are many of us, but Salaamu Musumba, Proscovia Salaamu Musumba. Omuntu omuzungu yenna kyasooka okukola. Omuntu yenna kyasooka okukola bwe bakugamba nti muyanga lutaaya erinnya aliteekamu Google. Nemutegeeza ani gwayogera naye. Omusajja n'atunuulira n'addayo ku computer just to ascertain whether the image he was seeing on Google was me. And he said, are you going back to Uganda? I said, yes, I am. He said, do you know, I could process your asylum papers for you for free.
ng'akusaasirako kiwali oba
nga byasomye mu mawulire
ebikufaako
byempiseemu n'ebiri gyenva ne gyenzira nagamba listen I can process your asylum papers for free for you now. I said no.
Osigale wa.
He said you want to make it. I said I'm going home. I'm going home.
No salawo okomewo. Because Uganda is a good country, it's a peaceful country.
No, it's not. It's home. It is home.
Stable home.
No, it is
Peaceful home.
No. It is my home.
Just home.
My home. A home of political instability. A home of political fear, anxiety. A home where people don't know what is happening tomorrow. You ask a minister, bana tuli kuchi, wange bireke. You ask anybody, what is going on? What is tomorrow like? They don't know. They know that if today I survive, I might make it tomorrow. Okay,
Salaamu. Bwekiwange ekigenda ky'abazungu kunyigiriza Uganda essekiti.
Bana bayita. Nobody has invited you from your home. Make Uganda the best country in the world and live in it. Full stop.
Kitegeeza.
This is what they are telling you. Go on and live in your country and live there properly. The way you've chosen. Ewa friend, don't infect us.
Kino atuyamba okutereeza enkuuma y'eddembe ly'obuntu mu Uganda.
Temugyetaaga. You don't need America to observe your rights. You only need yourselves. You don't need Europe. You don't need Kenya. You need yourselves to manage yourselves and live as civilized people.
So ffe twemereddwa okwemanaginga lwaki bo be bassa envumbo ku bakungu baffe. N'okusula gwenga amanyi
envumbo babagambye nti gasiya wammwe mumusigaze eyo.
Gasiya kyeki? Batugambye teri kugenda eri.
Ate munoonyaayo ki? Oyagalayo ki?
Kwe tova bweru kati?
Nze njagala kubeerayo nze tebaŋŋaanyi. Because I meet their standard. I'm a Democrat. I meet their standard. I want to be of the global family of respectable, decent human beings. For you, if you're torturing your people, please stop your torture there. Stay with it. The day I will fall within that category, I will also be told, you're not welcome, sir, madam.
Nekati, odiro ti omusajja akulira amakona nga byabasajja n'omussaako envumbo obutatambula nti abasibe abanyigiriza mu kkomera yaabwe.
Wali obuliddeko nga byabasajja ayagala kutambula. Wamuwuliddeko ng'ayomba. Olowooza erinnya byabasajja lye lisooka ku alphabet. Nti lye baakeereddeko oba baakubye kalata oba baakubye what are they, a lottery. Akalulu ne kamugwako. These are systematic things. They are sending a message to you. And you're not. Evidenced. Of course, these are not mad people like you. They don't just talk wah 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 for nothing. They are clear. Do you know what they call CIA?
Yes.
Do you know what they call investigation? They investigate and they are tamper-proof, foolproof. And they have their records proper. So,
kituufu nti mwe mugenda ebweru mwabatava bweru mwogera bibi ku Uganda Salaamu obadde Washington tewagambye abazungu ekibagazisa ensi
tebaagala na kumanya because they know balina amatu wano. They have even issued an advisory, a travel advisory, a business advisory that don't do business with Uganda. Who told them? Because they've been doing business with Uganda. Is it us who told them to do so? You're back into gutter politics. It's what? It's your brains, not intellectual politics.
No intellectual politics.
Yeah.
That government esasanya sente nyingi okutunda ekifaananyi kya Uganda eyagazise bali okuleeta wano ensimbi mwe bwe mugenda abeebweru mubagamba bibyokka ku nsi yaffe.
You do not need even to buy, to pay for a good image. You just create it. After the war in 1986, Uganda was blacklisted as a death destination. This is where AIDS was, this is where war was, Luwero War, this is where what? That image was cleaned effortlessly by the actions of the NRM government. Effortlessly, they bought nobody. They didn't care less what Europe thought about them. They had their business to run the country. Instead, Europe and America came to them. I benefited from the first fundraised money for education. There was a big fundraiser for education in Makerere. I was among the first beneficiaries of a Ford Foundation scholarship. Anywhere in the world, Ford Foundation. The world wished us well. They wanted to grow us intellectually, economically. All the money that has come into here, the investment, the world has put into us. Norway, Sweden, Danish, all these guys, the taxpayers, enkola yamwe ekijinji mwakibuuka, you never put ekijinji ekimala. The Scandinavian countries loved President Museveni and his government because his family was in Sweden during the hard times. And so there was that natural bondage. And so the Scandinavians invested a lot of money here in health to bring up a good government. Not a government that is going to torture its citizens, that is going to steal from itself and put money in foreign accounts, that would spend all their monies on the military. You see? So, when your friends get disappointed, if you're still interested in the friendship, you say, where did we get it wrong? Because they've been advised.
We
think, because the West, as it's called, is interested in a country which is good for business. All this tebabikola lwakuba batwagala. Bagala mutereze ensi yammwe bajje bakole business. Kakati temwalina gye balaga.
Oba batunyigiriza lw'amateeka agakawakanya byo bye baagala.
Amateeka tetukola mateeka ga nsi. Tetuli UN. Tukola mateeka against the world. We are not making laws for the world. We don't have that mandate. We only write obufuzi byaffe muno mu ggwanga nabo banafu. Kye batandikirako kye kyandisembyeyo. You know? We are not, when we had the likes of people like Elika Rohanga, Manuel Pinto, Dick Nyai, Ben Wacha, you know, international statesmen, they knew what packaging was. You know? They knew international diplomacy. They knew tactfully political tactics, statecraft. They knew statecraft. But you don't bring raw people into state matters unless you polish them into the art of leadership. So, ebintu biveri buvikiringa kiddukano nekigwa wali dabala.
Oli mumativu ne akazito Nuupu keetadde ku gavumenti ku by'abantu ababuzibwawo n'abatulugunyizibwa.
Bambi mbeeyanza kuba bakoze kiwanvu ate nga ne bannaabwe bwe bali mu opposition nabo nga babafuukidde ettalo nga bavudde ku nsonga enkulu ne badda mu busongasonga. Kyemanyi nti tewali kye baakola mu paalamenti nga tebasoose. kweteesaamu
okwegeyamu
because that's how you run state power. It's through collective wisdom, collective action. Naye of course abantu kakati bali mu kwetega, bali mu kwetega ani asinga ani, so buli omu anoonya bwayita ku munne ne bwe kiba tekyetaagisa. Naye bambi mbeebaza nti baayita mu kaseera akazigizigi aka blinkmanship. Ekyo kimanyi? Blinkmanship tuli enkakali. Mwali yako enkakali?
Moganga totemya. Ntunuuliranga totemya.
Anasooka otemya is the loser. So they did not blink. That's what they call mu Luzungu blinkmanship. They didn't blink. I always ask them, why don't you hire me to write reports for you or to edit them for you, to have the bite, the political bite?
So what have we achieved from them?
Oh, they have achieved one. I think you saw that the office of the Human Rights Commission has been reined in because they are sleeping on the job. At best they are sleeping on the job. At worst, they are promoting impunity.
At first, do you believe the reports by NUP that some people are disappearing?
I do.
Really?
I live in this country and I am privy to so much. By the way, the things that they don't tell you, some citizens find us trustworthy enough to come and let us know, and we advise them. And if you do recall, the Kenya Human Rights Commission hosted an event for human rights on the first anniversary of what happened in Luuka. Luuka also got a label when during the the elections, the general elections, there was a fracas in Luuka, which led to satellite things, the whole of Kampala. And so their first anniversary happened, and they held a meeting in Nairobi, at which they invited me and other colleagues from the opposition. And I'll tell you, Martha Karua was their chief guest. The Human Rights Commission in Kenya was the organizer, events organizer. I'll tell you, even had resilient souls like Dr. Besigye cried in that matter, in that event. For us who are weak-kneed, we were just a sight, because hearing testimonies of kids born under Museveni, kids. They knew nothing better. They've been told about Amina and Obote. They didn't know. They thought it is a fairy tale. It's a story they read about. But kids, there was one of Makerere University. Horror. What I heard, what I saw for myself, I could only cry and say,
Salam,
government. Kuba government yerina obuyinza bwe yatujjamu ffenna okukuuma abantu n'ebintu byaffe. It is only one entity called government, led by President Museveni. Only one entity that has the responsibility to secure every child, every woman, every man, including the dead, who deserve respect. And let me tell you, the thing when watching Hamas and the bombardment in Israel, there's one thing very dear to me, the respect of the dead. Displaying in midst of that bombardment. Because the sanctity of life, the dignity of humankind. Even a dead body has respect. What about a living one?
So why does government torture these people? Torture them
Because
for
it
what?
has failed. You know, torture is a weapon of the weak. It's a weapon of the weak. Nze ngasobola okukoba nti muyange lutaaya awo otajja okusinziira ku mateeka section this awo otajja I am the law ndi kukoba nti awo otajja era when police stops you, you stop. You stop. If it is a police mpaka bino bikwata kwata akuba n'omukolota aliko ayuya yakukuba omukono wayemerera wambuza oti ki ati ndaga driving permit nga asoose kwetoloola motoka eri kutambula yagyetoloola yalinga ku mipiira miyaka yalinga ku third party mpyaka yalinga ku driving permit mpyaka era yakwerondalondaku abo nikyakola. Those irrelevant idiots. That can't be a police. A professional one. No. They even tell you that you are overspeeding. You say, what do people buy cars for? Kutambulira kukudomera ku.
Overspeeding is a traffic.
We are overspeeding. 70 nge motoka yendivuga ya 180 miles. Ndi malayo lyekirawuli bogas.
Obadde kisalamu.
Musine.
Ovuga speed gyoyagala kubanga
nekwenda kumalayo ekirawuli bakola kyaki nenda nkimaleyo
mu Uganda 108 kimaleyo ngoyidi nti namwendo is ready for you munjira mulimu abantu abandi abateko. So I am happy to hear that you are satisfied with the stance that NUP has taken on making Uganda accountable
as the people with the mandate of official opposition.
They have done.
They do. They have. Against all odds, heckling, ridicule. You know, you look at people and wonder, when did you stop being human? When? Because the purpose of you being in parliament is to improve humanity. If there's an issue, allow the minister in charge to respond. And please, sir, you carry a title, respond. Hagato ababonambo yo minister anankati, kodi ole minister anankati. Mpeta no bobalingirira nga tibagera. That is when now they say, you know me, do you know me? I know you for what? Let me know what you do. Knowing you for what? Nkumana ngonambe. Omechi.
Omanyize, omanyo ntegere.
Kumanye nti akutegere ki? Kutegere ki? Oli ki? Who are you? Weno wa magulu abiri. Oje musoga bakikoba. Akikoba kibayino tentya nokyogera.
Inside out. The Proscovia Salaamu Musumba. Batuli kubiri mu gwanga lyaffe nga tumaliriza. Biki byolowooza birungi. Ebibadde mu mwaka nozoga nti eggwanga lyaffe waddewaddewo ebinetu kino mwaka gutambudde bwe guti kino across the board mu byobufuzi sagala omutwale namugongo
ate kakati munange ensi twatandika kugirya biwagu enkota yalema
enkota yaliyo
enkota ati ate gyongamba nti mbuulire enkota eyo ebadde etya nze manyi biwagu gyempangaalira
lyako kiwagu tumazeeko omwaka nga Salaamu Musumba ne banne tebamanyi kiddako.
Nze manyi.
Manyi ekiddako?
Kimanyi.
Mu byobufuzi?
Kimanyi.
Omusajja ali mu kugaba ssente. Akakadde kalamba ka parish development model katuuse ku kyalo.
Waliwo omusajja yagenda n'afuna ssente ezo. Najjamu n'essaati ku roundabout wa ekamuli. Baranga Museveni ampaire erezera nkobera ku Museveni yakina makina bagati yagwire ila lumona nkandi mu roundabout ekamuli nani ati wana mwendwe wa Salaamu ali kuba makina ati okay. He became a sight of the day. One day mbandi waka ndi kufuluma mu gate namubona nayimira nambuuza nti nangani bankobeire ebyabaire kamuli webale kufuna ati kale tiyakaliwo okuyimeka dhawawo.
That was business money. So it was business money.
No.
The Namweda guy just drank out. They perished moment money.
They had happiness. And let me tell you, happiness is so important in one's life. PDM gave happiness to that man sophisticated. Unfortunately, it's not. Because, you see, when you do development studies like I do, development politics, economics, and all that, society is stratified in phases. The majority of people, the kind of input they need is the public good. Where do they spend their money? They spend their money on exorbitant hospital bills, on education. Provide that one and leave disposable income in people's pockets. They don't need your handout. But you can't kill their economy and kill the health infrastructure, kill the education infrastructure, and then give them like birds. Feed them like birds. No. It doesn't work that way. Well, it may be a stopgap measure, but it is not sustainable. It is political. It is just political self.
Okay, ngatumaliza. Sente za PDM gwe ova mu byalo by'ebusoga eri abantu baga nti baavu nnyo. Sente za PDM, now that you're confirming nti zaatuuka ku kyalo n'olabayo n'oyo yazinywa, zisobola okukyusa embeera z'abantu bamu. Kuba sente bazifunye obutafana za ku district na kugombolola zibatuuseeko oyo yazinywa n'azina n'okuzina. Supposing he had done something objective.
But let me ask, is that new? That kind of model of intervention, is it new? Lwakuba Timusoma, many years ago at university, there was a writer, the title was Rural Development, putting the last first. Go and Google it. It was somebody called Green. Rural Development, putting the last first. That is the model. Moribund, long time. Time has overrun it. We have a new dynamic society. How do you put the last first today? Create a stimulus. Say, I will buy maize from every farmer at the price of 10,000 a kilo. People will go to the gardens,
grow maize,
sleep there, and I will pay them. I will pay them 3 years and leave the market forces to run. Meanwhile, I will stock it up in silos. There's no shortage of food. I will tell them I need it dry with this moisture content, clean as white as snow. At least they will deliver. I will only sit with my money and wait for them. 10,000 a kilo. Madness. That is what they call stimulus. Not handouts. Handouts are causing dysfunctionality in society. Societies don't move like that. No more.
So, whereas unfortunately, government is a PDM. Government yantandise kugula birime ku bantu.
Correct.
Bayagala obigula ko bayina sente ezibirima.
Bulijjo yazibawa. Bye balya bonna yabagulira. Why do you disempower people? No.
39% of our population is out of the money economy.
If you want to introduce money, you introduce it through production. That's why there was Chiboko. Not Chiboko of Eyemwani Jebaita Chiboko. Teyali Chiboko ntigendo kolechi nti nzikuwa desirie. Chiboko produce produce nkusasule. Here you don't need kiboko. All you need is money. The color of the dollar. Sit up there and let people produce and let people deliver.
Lwaki tetuwulira ebyo nga abali mu parliament babyogera? Kubanga sente za PDM zayita mu parliament. Ebyogera nga tetwala alternative policy eyo ng'eweebwayo. It would be a good alternative. I agree with you. Nti buli lwoba n'ekyogula waliwo n'ebintu bye tugula n'ebyonya waliwo mukwano gwange yanga nti njagala ensawo namba enkooge. Ningamba abantu mu kyalo nti waliwo agula enkooge emitwalo 10. Abantu banoonya enkooge ne gye simanyi goyakera azinoonya palisa n'ebudda community. So when market is available,
the people are activated into production. You see, the models, ulira baleeta ekimodo bakyebeeta parish model. Ate bena abali mu government baako baati ife abasoga ife twereeteirewo ka village model. Which government do you serve? Eyo eyaife abasoga oba eya government moli prime minister.
Salaam.
So this jointedness.
Lwaki opposition statement siyo ne tulaba press conference ya positioning eyise kusoma ekyo ne mukisoma ne mutwa economics waakyo ne mukinyonyola bannayuganda ngani kino kye kituufu.
Omanyi Munnayuganda tawulira. Awulirira ku bode kimutuuseeko tawulira. Sirimu yatukola bubi. Sirimu yalumanya ensi eno nebajjamu essuubi nebajjamu netujjamu n'ekitiibwa bantu bali kundi faido. They don't think, they hate knowledge, they hate themselves, they don't love themselves. If you love yourself the way I love me, you listen to even the biggest fool. You listen and wonder why is this one thinking like this? Because you got to understand them before you implement anything. But you cannot have a universal
out. Salaamu Musumba, Salaam. Candidly, rate for me Matthias Mpuuga as leader of opposition. Rate him.
Basing on what?
Based on what a leader of opposition is expected to do. And the parliamentarian.
The biggest problem why I can't rate him beyond 50% is because, you see, they agree on moving motions to pay tribute to a dead person. They agree. They agree on that.
The Prime Minister Wagner, leader of opposition, as a case.
That is an honor. Make that an honor. Beyond that, beyond barriers, beyond paying tribute. Let us live well today. Please, make it possible for all Ugandans to have a smile this Christmas. Allow Ugandan kids to know the meaning of Christmas the way we did. Put a smile on our faces, not just on yours. Is that too much to ask?
The Inside Out. Ne proscobia Salaamu Musumba wetukimaliriza nze Simon Muyanga Lutaya.
This is Inside Out.